Here are some info and tasting notes for the Jameson Select Reserve. So the Jameson Select Reserve is a blended whiskey. So it's a blend of pot still whiskey that's 12 years old as well as grain whiskey that's 5 years old. So it's obviously, blending the two sides together, but the idea is to use the richness that you're going to get through from that pot still whiskey. Pot still whiskey, different from single malt in that they use some unmalted barley in the distillation process. And then the grain is going to help bind everything together. So it's going to bring that sweetness, it's going to bring that softness, and that really smooth kind of characteristic to the whiskey and give it a great palate to work off of. So the Select Reserve is aged in extra charred American oak cask, so you're going to get a little bit more of the hit of that wood coming through, so those caramelized elements. So if you have a go on the nose of this whiskey, quite straightforward. You're going to get toasted oak, you're going to get some cereal grain, you might get faint hints of banana, which I'm picking up, but that leads into like the vanilla, caramels, kind of those specific flavor profiles that you're going to get out of a heavily charred American oak cask. So really quite pleasant, very approachable on the nose. On the palate, it gets a little bit more interesting because you're going to start finding maybe like a hint of cinnamon, that spiciness, but you're definitely going to get like a peach, apricot, kind of like a really nice fruitiness coming through. You'll get some vanilla and you'll get some toffee too, but it's got a wonderful mouthfeel. It's also got a really nice, almost floral kind of freshness on the finish, which is really fun. So just one of those whiskies. It's obviously a natural progression for a lot of Jameson drinkers to move up from their original into the Select Reserve. But the great thing about the Select Reserve is that it does lay on a whole lot more flavor than you will get out of the regular offering. And it's not shy to bring in some of that characteristic that you'll find, maybe that little bit of oiliness that comes through from some pot still whiskey. So a great way to progress into the wonderful world of Irish whiskey. So I hope you enjoyed the Jameson Select Reserve.